Okay, so we have the house under contract, and now comes the fun part, downsizing. So as you know, we've put our house on the market and we're selling our house and buying a motorhome. So we have to get rid of a bunch of stuff, and we are going to be condensing a 2,400 square foot, 4-bedroom, 2-bath house with a 2-car garage and 2 built-in storage sheds down to a motorhome. Yeah, this is no easy tasks, but there is a way to do this, and I just want to, if anyone else is ever having to condense all their belongings, not necessarily to move into a motorhome, but maybe just to even downsize to a smaller house or apartment, there is an easy way to do this. So first of all, the easiest way to do it is to make a list of all the different categories of the items that you need to get rid of, all the things in your house. And I have made a list of all the different stuff, categories that we need to get rid of. And so some of examples might be clothing and accessories, jewelry, any electronics. That would include camera equipment or computer equipment, all your tools, anything out of your garage. You've got office supplies, books, kitchenware, decorative items, holiday decor. There's all different kinds of categories that you'll come up with, and probably a whole lot more. Especially if you've been in your house for many, many years, you don't realize all the junk that you collect. So that's the first thing you do, is you make a whole list of all the different categories of things that you need to purge. And then once you have your list, it gets a little bit easier, because sometimes it's really overwhelming. But once you have the list, it seems a little bit easier and easier once you start chipping away at it. So the next thing to do would be to find a good place to sort. I'm going to use our guest bedroom because it's empty right now. And so you just lay everything out. You choose the category. So let's say clothing and accessories. So you go around your whole house and you gather all of your clothing and accessory items and you lay them out on the floor so you can see everything. And then you start with all of the items that you currently use, that you've used in the last 3 months or so, because those items are probably going to be things that you need and use and you'll take with you. So you go through and you pick out all the items that you currently use, and then everything else you're going to split up in different categories. You're going to make a pile of everything that you're going to donate or give to charity. You're going to make a pile of things that you want to sell, like if you want to have a moving sale or a yard sale, or if you want to put it online, sell it on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. So you'll make that category, and then there'll be items you're just going to throw away. And so once you have done all of that, then you actually pick the items out and put them in the categories in different piles, and you can start separating things like that. It becomes a lot easier. It's less overwhelming if you take one category at a time. And then once you have it condensed, you might find there's even more stuff that you realize that, oh, well, haven't used this. A good rule of thumb, if you haven't used it, looked at it, worn it in over 6 months, you can probably get rid of it. And then the next thing you can do is, once you have all your piles together, you might need to actually go rent a storage facility, hopefully temporarily, just to put all the stuff in as you get your categories together. So once you have all the stuff in the category that you're going to donate or to sell, then you can actually go store that stuff in boxes categorized as donate or sell. And that way, whenever you get ready to actually do that, you can just pull them out and list everything online, or however it is that you want to get rid of the stuff. Anything you're going to throw away, just go ahead and get rid of it right away, so that way you don't have to worry about that. And so once you get all of that done, and once you go through all of your categories, then it starts becoming a little bit easier. Okay, so let's start condensing. So these are all of our shoes, and I counted mine. There are 148. I have 148 pairs of shoes. Believe it or not, we moved to Florida in September of 2018, and I sold or got rid of at least 50 pair before we moved. So yes, I kind of have a shoe problem. Okay, so now it's time for books, and I have quite a few, and this isn't even all of them. So I kind of have a problem with books like I do with shoes. I'm gonna have a problem getting rid of some of my books, but it's time to go sort. So here we go. My books right here. So now I've got them all stacked out in different sections, and now I have to purge. So this is not going to be fun, but here we go. Okay, now it's time to sort holiday decorations. We've got Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Halloween decorations. So now we have to go through that and figure out what we're going to keep and what we're going to get rid of. Probably the majority of it will have to go, unfortunately. So time to sort this stuff. Going through our Halloween decorations, we found an old costumes that Sharon and I wore one year, this was several years ago, that we actually got online and bought a vintage wedding dress for me. It has a really long train on it, and we hot glued leaves and moss on there to make it look like we just come out of the grave. And then for Shane, oh, this was my veil. I did that, the veil. I think I actually took some tea and stained the dress to make it look more dirty. But that's what this is Shane. We did the same thing, used tea on his, let me go over here so you can see a little bit better. But we used tea on his shirt too to make it look really dirty. And then on his jacket, we glued some stuff on his pants. We had his pants on here too. We glued leaves and moss on there too. So that was a really fun Halloween that we had that year. Okay, so out of all of those totes, I'm only keeping 2 small totes. This is stuff, a few Halloween and Christmas decorations. And then just disregard the mess. So these 2 totes are full of Halloween stuff only, and they will be gone. And then these 3 big totes here are full of Christmas stuff that I don't know if you can see them very well because of the lighting. There you go. So those 3 totes are things that we're gonna sell later in a yard sale. So I think that's pretty good. I did pretty good purging some holiday decoration stuff. Okay, so I've taken all the stuff out of my office and I've put it on the dining room table, and I'm going through it to see what we can keep and what we're gonna get rid of. And I've even got some things here in the chair that I haven't gone through yet, but so that's the stuff up here from my office. Now let's go look at what Shane has got in his office. So this is Shane's office, all tore up here. And look at this pile of mess we've got here on the floor. That's all stuff to be thrown away. It's amazing the amount of junk that you collect over the years. These 2 boxes are empty right now. We'll have to put some stuff in them to stuff that we're going to keep or sell later on, but he's still got one more box over there he's going through. Okay, so it's time to tackle the kitchen. This is the room that I have dreaded the most, so hopefully it won't be as bad as I have imagined. Here we go. We've sorted, or we've taken everything out of the cabinets and the drawers. And this is what we have. There is a lot of stuff here. You don't know how much stuff you have until you take it all out and lay it throughout your kitchen. But now we have to decide what we're going to keep and what we're going to get rid of. Because obviously if we're moving into a motorhome, we're not going to have the space. So now it's time to actually decide what to keep and what's got to go.